Morning and welcome to Data Center. Now, last class we considered Python libraries that you can use in Python, such as the numpy, the pandas, and we're able to carry out certain functions. If you have not considered that class, you can do well to check. Okay. In today's class, we will be moving on to look at how do you load your files into your Jupyter notebook, different file extension, and how to read from the web even to your notebook. Okay, using pandas. All right, so you can see you can read from a web page. If you are doing that, look at this. You are passing this into this df, saying you must have import. I'll show you how to do that. Import, and you receive this is the site where to get it. All right, then other ones, we have an Excel file, we have a stata file, we have the SAS file, and we have the HDF files. Okay, these are how to read your files, load your files using pandas into your Jupyter notebooks. Okay, in today's class as well, we are going to move on to data cleaning. We're going to look at how to handle missing value in your data set. Do you want to remove using the drop method, or you want to fill? Okay, all right, and how to remove duplicate value. Okay, as well we'll be looking at how to change your data type. I won't load your file, and you notice there are some discrepancies with the data types on the respective column. How do you change it? And some of other things that is expected that you do when cleaning your data set is you check the data types, you check the shape, you check the size, the columns, the values, and the dimension of your table. All right, so we hope to be able to cover these in this morning session. All right, so you open your Jupyter notebooks and then you follow suit. I would love to also add this. Should in case when you open your Jupyter notebook and it takes you to a direct folder, a directory in your C drive, and you want to change, you make reference to the first class where we use the other command prompt, Anaconda command prompt, okay, where we use cd. If you have created a file, a folder on your desktop, cd desktop, that is change directory, desktop, enter key, then you press cd again to the name of the folder you've created, and thereafter you load your Jupyter notebook. To do that, you just write Jupyter notebook and then you enter, and then it will be open. The file if you are making reference to an offline file, ensure that the file is in that folder, okay, so as to make your work easy. Otherwise, if it is not in that folder you are working from, you will not be able to read the file, okay, because you have to make reference to it. So let's go ahead to today's class. I've opened my Jupyter notebook already, and I've changed my directory. Okay, I did that in the first class, so you can check the first class to see how to change directory. All right, so let's come to new Python 3. You wait for it to load. All right, here we are. It has loaded. So let's quickly go ahead. Okay, inputs. That's NP. And to add comments, we can use a hashtag to add comment to it. Makes your code readable. Okay, all right, library. Okay, let's correct that. Okay, so you know I'm importing pandas. All right, now we want to read our file into our working space now. Okay, so to do that, I want to name this file df. So I will be passing the code it to df. I'm assigning this to it. So pd dot read. All right, what is it reading? It's reading CSV file. Is that okay? So that is what we are reading into our our workbench. So underscore, because you cannot give a space. Okay, CSV file. Then we open our parentheses. The name of the file, this is a file, is listing. Okay, contains sorry, CSV. So you must now show what was the, since I said it's reading CSV file, I'm in the method. Okay, because when you are using this parenthesis, is it this what called method? Okay, so in the method you must show the file extension CSV file, that is comma separated value. That is the full meaning of CSV file, comma separated value. All right, let's put it in a quote. Right, okay. So we are reading this file. So let's read df. Click on your run. Okay, we now have our results. You can see this is the file. This is the index 012 id name host. Then this is what you do first. You read your file. If you look at it, I'm not using the print method here. Okay, I just went ahead to just, since I've passed this command to df, then I make reference to my df. Okay, produce what is in df for me. Then this is the results of what df is holding. Okay, so you can check. You see, this is what you do. Okay, this one is not available, not available. Okay, then you see this one is one. Okay, do you have any other one again? Okay, all right, so these are okay. All right, so we've checked the data sets. Check the data set. Some of the things you now check as well. For instance, if you want to use the print, it will not come in form of this. You can do that. So let's do a print. Okay, print. Okay, then we have this. I want to use add. Okay, add now ID. Sorry, this is supposed to be add, not print. This one. Okay. All right. So you can see we have five. 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So it's too big. Now let me specify 50 here so you can see what I'm saying. And in 50 rows, do you see it? One, the last index there should be 49. You see it? But if you look at the arrangement, you notice that the presentation is bad, as if they are splitting. Okay, so you may not be able to make accurate decision with this card. Not available, not available. Okay, so I've just used the add, that is the first five. Then you can, this 50 means the first 50. All right, then I would love to use another one. I would love to use the tail. Okay, please follow suit. I'll copy that code, I'll paste. Okay, Let me put a comment here so it can be readable to all. Okay, now I want to use tail here. I'm printing my tail. Let's run and see. See, it is from below. If you look at this now, see, from below. Okay, let me remove the 50. It's just first 5 now. Below. Okay, you can see we have just 5 from below, the last 5 below. Okay, let me add a comment here too. Below from the last entry. Okay, now we are still checking. What we are doing now is the data cleaning. Okay, performing a data clean. Let's move. I've copied that. Let me add an heading here. Cleaning or wrangling, as the case may be. Okay, now the next thing we'll love to do is to check. I have to remove this now. I want to check the data type. Okay, df dot d this is the code, the types. Okay, we want to check the data types of the column. Click on your run. Okay, so you can see we have, let me add a comment to this. Checking off the data types of my columns. Okay, now you can see, so if there's anyone that is wrongly placed and you want to correct, you can correct. But let me show you how to correct. All right, let's go ahead, copy this. Okay, let's paste it. I've copied that. I will then paste here. Okay, now I want to add that here before checking. I want to change this latitude to that, so we'll use df. Okay, we'll pass it uh, latitude in quotes as it is, latitude, okay, equals to df. Okay, we've entered df. You open the this square brackets. Okay, then we pass the name of that same column. Okay, latitude. Okay, we now say it's going to be dot as type. Okay, as type, open our parentheses. As type is a method there because we want to change. Let's change it to int. Sorry, int. Right, so let's run and see. All right, so if you look at your latitude now, you see it has changed. Int here is what? Latitude here is now what? In 32. If we check from the previous results here, you see here is float. All right, so we've changed it to latitude. So this is how to change, and we quickly add a comment to it. So if you have multiply is the way you do it, you can change and change and change, right? So many codes you change, then you pass it to check if that's actually taking effect. Okay, now we've done that, we've checked data type. The next thing we'll also do, if you look at, we saw some NA, so it means we have some missing value that we also work on. So let's also check. Um, let's look at uh, PowerPoint here and see some other things we can do. Okay, let's check for the shape of our file, our data set. Okay, so to do that, let me paste this. All right, we have this. So okay, okay, let me copy this. Rather, this one is better since I've worked on it, so we can maintain the same thing. Copy that. Okay, let's go. Paste it. So now I'll move this down. So I want to check. I want to check for the shape. df dot shape. Okay, so let's run and see. Okay, you can see the shape. We have 4,837 rows, 16 columns. Okay, is this so? All right, for let's check. Let's move ahead and check. Okay, let me comment on this. Okay, let's check. This time around, I want to also check. We've checked for the data type. We've checked for the shape, then values, right? Look, all right, let's check for the size. Check for data type, size. Let's go ahead and check for size now. To do that, okay, now work on this size. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, size is 7,000, 774,000. Checking on the size. Data sets. Okay, check for the size. Okay, let's copy this again. Let's We're moving forward. Okay, it's still the same thing we're working on, right? Let's check for the values. Values. Okay, so just follow me. Make sure. Let's run. Okay, you see this is giving us in form of array. This gives us the total as if you are counting. Now, when you check for values, look at it. Give us in array form using the numpy. Look at it. We have an array, the village of Harlem, New York. This. Okay, and just look at Brooklyn. All right, let's look at columns. Okay, columns. Columns. Okay, let's run and see. All right, so look at it. The columns that we have ID, that is the index. We have name, we have host ID, we have host name, we have neighborhood group, we have neighborhood, latitude, longitude, room type, price, minimum night, number of review, last review, review per month, calculated hosts, listing count, the availability. Okay, so you can see. So when you use columns, it will show you the index, the name of the respective columns. That is the way it works. Now, the next one is the dimension. Is it 2 by 3? Is it 4 by that? Let's look at n dimension this time. Ending, checking dimension. Okay, let's run and see. You can see it, the dimension is 2. Okay, dimension of the table of that data set is 2. Probably just if you look at the we have numeric and string. Okay, so the dimension on it basically is 2. So other things do we need to also check? Value, we've checked for value, we've checked for column, we've checked for size. All right, so I guess the next thing we are going to do as it pertains to cleaning is how do you handle missing value? Okay, how do you handle missing value, and how do you want to remove them, or you want to replace them? How do you handle duplicate values? Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, let's go. Now I'm going to add more comments here. Removing of missing rows. Okay, now we have this. We want to remove missing row. So this we have to go. All right, we have df. Df, that is the name, the variable that is holding a file for us. Dots. Now, for you to remove a missing row, you use this method called drop. I told you anything that has parentheses is called a method. Now, when you use NA, drop NA means empty, not available. Okay, drop NA. All right, then you open your method, that is your parentheses. Then now said you write this in place is equals to true. True. We are saying you should remove missing rows. Remove remove rows with missing value. Okay, let's run and see. Sorry, we have not asked it to print, so let's run it now. Yeah, run. All right, so if you check, you're supposed to see missing row now. Let's check. You notice those NA we were seeing, they're not there again. All right, so that is how to remove missing rows. Now, should in case you now said, no, I don't want to remove missing row, okay, I want to replace it. Okay, I want to replace it. So in that case, you are not going to use drop method. Okay, that is drop is to delete. All right, you will then use fill. All right, can I work on this? Let's quickly correct this. Fill NA. What are you filling it with? Let's fill it with 0. All right, so filling rows with filling rows missing value with 0. Okay, let's run this now. Now if you check, you will, those places where you have NA previously will then be replaced with 0. You can see now we have 0 0 here. Previously They were all NA. All right. I guess you can see. So we've successfully used the fill. We've used the fill. Now, should in case now say no, mine is duplicates. How do we undo duplicate rows? All right. Let's pick these and paste here. You're still working on the same file. All right. So we want to remove duplicates. Removing duplicate rows. Okay. So what we do is we also use our drop, because drop is to delete. Okay, drop, but this time around is going to be not NA but duplicate, not empty but duplicate. Underscore. It is important you put an underscore because you cannot put a space between those two things. Okay, and the duplicate as X. Okay, now we are not replacing, so we don't need to put this. We have in place true. Removing duplicates. Removing duplicates. Okay, now let's run and see. All right, so if you check this, or anything called duplicate here, you will not see. Duplicates will be removed. Okay, see, we have our NA now because we have worked on the same code. Okay, so now the next thing we're doing, okay, let's check if we can fill. Let's see if we can fill our duplicates. Fill duplicates with 0. Right? Let's run. Okay, saying there's no method of search. You can see you can feel, you can see it now. It means it doesn't work for duplicates. Okay, let's assume that together. Let's try again. Doesn't work for it, so we use our drop. Okay, don't forget this keyword in place. Okay, then I want to add another one. I want to add another one. Drop the duplicate, then fill. Okay, let's do that. We fill NA, which is 0. Drop duplicates. Okay, let's run this. All right, so it's not successful. So we said drop duplicates, then we will now have empty value, replace it with 0 for us. Okay, so you see now we successfully perform cleaning, okay, or data wrangling. All right, it's important that you do this before you perform any analysis. You make sure that your data is well clean and ready. Otherwise, you will have your result, but it may not be accurate because of missing value and some other issues, okay, as it pertain or peculiar to your data set. And that is why it is important that you carry out data wrangling or data cleaning. And basically, I said, you look at the data type, the shapes, the column, the missing value, you remove, or if you want to replace, okay, you do that. And then duplicate value, you also handle that as well. Okay. Then once your data is well cleansed, you can then proceed with the data analysis. Also, in tonight, this day, now in this class, we also considered we looked at the add method, the tail method. We said when you use the add method, it can, without you specifying the sample, that is a number in the parentheses, it automatically gives you 5 outputs. Then for the tail, the same thing. However, if you specify the sample in it, maybe 10, 50, and the likes, you also have your results. All right. So that is that. So in our next class, we'll be moving on to exploratory data analysis. Please, I urge you to take your time, play around with this. The data set, I will send it to the group. In the same vein, you can also register with Kaggle, download different data sets, and begin to carry out your data cleansing on your Python. It's very, very interesting. Thank you for listening. If you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. Click on the notification button and as well share to others. All right. Thank you.